No, let's just move past it. Okay? Look, I know it's been tense couple weeks here. Okay? But we're going to do this and we're going to do it right, okay? All right. Hello, everyone. Jerryactric here with Jerryactric Midnight Movie Review. Tonight I saw kind of a different movie than we've seen on the channel and this series. Money Monster. I saw the previews for this a while back, and it looked very interesting to me. The main plot of the story is this. Lee Gates, played by George Clooney, has a show where he gives out stock tips. Think of Kramer with Mad Money. And on his show, when the movie opens, his show is interrupted by a gun-wielding person by the name of Kyle, played by Jack O'Connell. Jack O'Connell, Kyle, has invested all of his money into a tip that Lee has given him, and the stock has bottomed out. We see in the beginning of the movie that this was caused by a computer glitch, and Kyle has lost everything. Kyle has a gun, he has a bomb vest, and he wants answers. Rounding out this little trio is, of course, the always wonderful Julia Roberts. She plays Patty Finn, the director of the show, who, unfortunately, with everything going on, has to maintain order and try to keep Kyle from blowing everyone up. This movie was directed by Jodie Foster, great actress, Silence of the Lambs, Wrongfully Accused, The Accused, I'm sorry. And what I like about this movie is you think you know what's going to happen. It's kind of almost like a play where there's only really one set and these characters are going to react in a certain way. But what Jodie Foster does is take what we think is going to happen and kind of turns it on its head. One moment I can give you without spoiling too much of the movie is, but of course this will tell you a little bit about the movie, is when the girlfriend of Kyle is actually brought on to a phone. Now, we've seen this in movies many times. She's going to be sad, maybe, trying just to talk him down. Please, you've got a family. What this girl does is yell at him, calls him stupid, very profane rant, and questions whether he's a man. I remember sitting in the audience, and there were gasps from the audience because you thought you knew how this was going to play out. And Foster does this throughout the entire movie. Things that we think are going to happen, or that this is what... She turns it on its head. So halfway through the movie, you're guessing what's going to happen. The theme of this movie is really, is the system, in this case the stock market, rigged? It's a fair question. We've seen financial gurus go on and tell us, okay, you need to buy this stock and you have to do this. And when something goes wrong, they tell us, oh, it's just a course correction. It will eventually all even out. And there is a little bit of anger for anybody who's ever invested in the stock market of, is the game rigged? Why do these people continue to get richer while we don't see that wealth? So it's a fair question, and Foster and her wonderfully acted cast tackle it very, very profoundly. We see all sides of this. When we meet Lee, the host of the show, we don't like him. He seems kind of arrogant. He seems kind of jovial. Nothing really takes seriously. But then we see a guy who, through the course of the movie, we really start to identify with, because why should he, a guy who has a television show, be held responsible for something that he has no control over? There are no easy answers in this movie. As I said, go into this movie and you think hey, I know how all this is going to play out, but you're going to be wrong, because Foster keeps it moving to a point where you don't quite know who you're going to root for. This, as I said, a lot of topics are raised in this movie, very topical topics. And I think you should go see this movie. One thing I'm not even going to say I didn't like about it, but it was very hard because characters are introduced very quickly. And if you have a problem, in a movie trying to keep track of everybody. This movie's a little hard. You have to really be up on your, to speed, because people will be introduced. You'll see them for about 5 seconds, and then later on in the movie, you'll find out why we were talking to them. It is rated R. There is language, violence, but more the threat of violence. It's kind of more of a suspense film. But yeah, go see it. I liked it. I thought it was, again, a very wonderfully acted movie. It's always good to see George Clooney and Julia Roberts back again. They recreate a little bit of that magic from Ocean's 11. I love that movie. So it was nice to see them you kind of see those characters relate to each other. So, the movie is Money Monster, and this is Jerryactric for Jerryactric Midnight Movie Review, telling you, if you're not going to the movies, then what are you doing with your life? No, I used to invest in the stock market. No, I did pretty well. Yeah. I bought Marvel right before Disney acquired them. Yeah, well, I thought to myself, Disney's got the young girls locked down, but what about the guys? And, DC was already owned by Warner Brothers, so Marvel was the only choice. Comic book movies, guys like them. I'm not going to tell you how much I made off of it. How many shares do you think I bought? Listen, if I had made millions of dollars, do you really think I'd be doing this?